This is a Barita Podcast, which is a medium for information purposes only. This podcast is not a recommendation to buy or sell any securities. This isn't a research report, nor intended to serve as a basis for making any investment decisions. Contact a licensed investment advisor before making any financial decisions. Let's get into the Barita Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Barita Podcasts. Remember, you can see previous episodes at barita.com/podcasts. All right, so that's enough for that. I am very excited.
I'm nervous.
I know, man. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous at all. I mean, that's why I call you. I told you I need you for the podcast.
Yeah, the emphasis on need is what made me so nervous about this role.
Listen, Sancia. Thank you very much for joining us, right? So I just introduced Sancia Thompson. She is the VP of Premium Wealth and Corporate Solutions.
Perfect.
At Barita Investments.
That's right.
Right? There's a lot of buzz about you coming.
There is?
Yeah, there was before you came, and we were all very excited.
I wonder what caused all of that.
Listen, there's a lot of build-up, right? But I will say this. Having actually come, I think you have exceeded anybody's expectations, and your strength of personality is very pleasing.
Oh, geez. Thank you so much, Raul. Coming here for me, it was a little, anxiety, anxious, what is it that why is it that Barita wants me here? What am I going to come in and do? Because Barita is such a phenomenal brand.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be now associated with the brand as well. Everything that's out there in this space, the people, you guys have some of the brightest people. So it made me a little nervous coming here. I was like, why me? But I see where I am at home and I fit in perfectly.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I can see why. I mean, just from meeting you for the first time, right? But let's get into it. So how are you thinking about the role? How has it been?
The role has been phenomenal. My focus has been on how it is that I'm going to get the team where I see them, not where they are. I believe so much about working with team members. Not oftentimes as individuals in role, we get caught up with where we are, and we're limited with our perspective as to where is it that we want to go. I believe my role is to help that individual in unlocking their full potential. Sometimes unearthing things that you never believed that you could have achieved. That is my role. How it is that I'm going to get the team there. And as well, the benefits, how it is that clients are going to now feel the difference in the team, their knowledge, their expertise, how they interact with them. Because we want to make sure, mind you, there are a lot of investment houses out there.
Yes, yeah.
What really just sets us apart is going to be how it is that we connect with our clients, the service that we deliver to them in a seamless manner, and how it is that we leverage technology along the way.
Okay. All right. Well, you made the points. Let's talk a little bit about that. Like how, what are we bringing to the clients? And, how can we bring that technological leverage to the fore, et cetera, et cetera.
So Barita is making significant investments in technology, and not to give away too much, but when Cornerstone acquired Barita some years ago, of course, we still have that legacy system that we're working with. Technology is going to be critical based on the plans that we have. So of course, our clients will benefit from this, and we're leveraging it in every aspect of the business, from the front end to the back end. It's critical that our clients have a seamless process when they interact with Barita.
Okay. So that's like at the core of, what I imagine you're trying to achieve. So, if I'm with ABC Investment House, right? What is it? Why should I come over to Barita?
Oh, why? Because we promise to make your money work for you.
Yeah.
That aside though, our team, we ensure that the relationship that you will build with our team members is critical for us. In Premium Wealth, what we do is to ensure that you have an assigned wealth advisor, but you also have an assigned client service representative who is there for you. The person you'll have the contact details to the person. You can call at any time. The advisor is also accessible. You can send emails. So we set up the department in such a way where clients know that no matter what, I must or can be able to access my advisor. something that we realize is a gap at other institutions. They don't do pretty well as how they manage their clients. And for us, it's critical that client relationship is at the optimum.
Okay. So we're making the money work for you, but then the client experience is superior.
Yes, it is.
That's basically what we're pulling together. So like, I mean, what do you find in the marketplace? What's the talk amongst the clients right now? Is there uncertainty? Are they maybe a little anxious? What is the engagement like for you and your team when you go out there?
At this time, yes, there is a lot of anxiety that is taking place. Of course, I mean, we're still in a pandemic. We are even more prepared than before because a lot of persons would have gotten the vaccine, and we're learning to live with this virus. Yeah. That aside, we know what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, which is also having some impact on commodities prices globally. So there is some anxiety amongst clients. For us, it is critical that we keep close to our clients. So going right back to where I said, the relationship. Yeah. It's a relationship. We want to make sure that we're having a relationship with the clients and we're having the discussions to offer some assurances to be able to bridge that gap, because we're not going to say our clients know it all. Yeah. The clients come to us to do business with us because we are the experts. So we should bring that information to them. So that is critical for us, how it is that we're able to address their concerns, their queries. And even if we don't know it, we have a team of experience. Like, I absolutely love the team of the research team here. Like, you guys are just top notch. So even if on the front end we don't have the information because we don't know it all, we are supported by phenomenal team members who can give us that necessary information that we can take it to our clients as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure by now, with all the history that Barita has, a client can observe a relationship with Barita and see where it pays, right? To stay with Barita long term, right? We've seen, we see what the stock has done in terms of Barita itself. Some of the funds, we see inflection points, and some of them now it really pays to go the long haul. And then if you're being treated well, then
icing on the cake and cherry on top.
It's just perfect, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. So, all right. I know you're big on your team. I mean, let's talk about the team. Let's talk about the team approach. All right.
Yeah. What exactly you wanted to hear?
So I figured this is your number one resource, right? As far as your approach to the job. So what makes a highly functioning team?
The understanding the mission and the vision. It's critical that people understand, why am I here, and the value that my role contributes to the overarching role of or the expectations of the company. So that is critical. What is also critical is ensuring that the synergies are right. Understanding that, hey, I am right here at this time, but I don't expect to always be at this point. So growth is something that is important to me, and it's important to the organization as well. We want team members to know that there is an opportunity for you to always be here. Like, we have team members who have been here over 20 years. We want people to make a full-fledged career while being at Barita. So yes, having one-on-one sessions similar to this is critical for me with my team members, understanding what drives them, where do they see themselves, any challenges that they may be having, how it is that I can help. Now, I will never profess to be the answer for everything, but I do put myself out there that I make the necessary steps to address these concerns and provide them with the support. So growth is critical, synergy critical, having a collaborative, cohesive environment, also critical ingredients in ensuring that I have the right team and the team understands where exactly this bus is going.
Okay, it's very interesting. So I mean, if I'm hearing you right, is it fair to say you're not Jesus, but
not Jesus at all?
You're here to manage, facilitate the growth and success of the team.
Perfectly said.
Nice. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Sancia.
Boy.
I know you don't love it.
I don't. I absolutely don't like talking about Sancia, but let's hear it. Let's see how best I can.
Listen, all of the excitement, I told you, we're all excited for you to come. So, just tell us, like, who is Sancia?
All right, let's start on the personal side. So, my son absolutely hates when I talk about him, but I have a teenage son, high schooler, getting ready for CSEC next year. And I understand parenting has changed, and I'll say this even though he's my only child and will be my only child. It has changed. I realized that how I would have parented a few years before the pandemic is so much different than how it is now. It comes with its own challenges. And as I said, I'm not Jesus, nowhere close to being him. So I ensure that I have open discussions as well. So I'll come to my team members who are also parents and I say, I'm having this challenge, like, let me know, give me some insights. And I think that for them as well shows them that I'm human. I don't have the answer for everything. So it's critical that, it's being vulnerable, right? And it's in my vulnerability that they're able to appreciate who I am and what I bring to the table. But back to me. So, yes, a mother of one, teenage son. I love an adventure. I love sunsets, like sunset anywhere I can, rest assured to be there. Yeah, man. There are some cool spots in St. Anne as well. No, I'm not from St. Anne. I am Kingston bred, born and bred. But I absolutely love it in St. Anne as well. Beautiful parish, the Garden Parish, and actually so. I love an adventure. So you could find me taking a 20+ hour flight to go somewhere to sit in a jungle probably, or hiking somewhere, or sitting with a tiger somewhere.
Sitting with a tiger
somewhere, or let me see, hanging out with the elephants. I absolutely love elephants.
Yeah, let's put you on an elephant in the jungle. You can view the tigers from there.
Awesome combination.
Yeah,
I love
safe.
I love an adventure. My friends, not so much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not so much. So I'm trying to get to the point where I'm brave enough to take individual flights, individual trips to enjoy all of this. Yeah.
Are you doing this solo?
Not yet. I'm trying to get over that part. I'm trying to convince myself that I can. What else is there? I love basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
We have that in common.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have a specific team?
So, on principle, I try not to have sports teams, right? And I'll tell you why. I mean, my brother will probably see this and get annoyed. But me, I want to enjoy the game, right? So, and the thing is, if I pick a team, then I get very focused on that team and I get very pulled in, right? So I find that I enjoy the game less if I'm just focused and I need this team to win. But if I'm looking and watching for quality of game, then I like that more. And honesty, I can't take emotional taxation.
Yeah, but it comes with a game though.
Oh man, I mean, so I picked a team in the NFL season. This past season, I went against all of my principles. I picked Kansas City, right?
Sound like you've been bruised.
Oh, it was hard. I was heartbroken. I couldn't watch sports for 2 weeks. It was terrible because they should have won, right? But they didn't. So that's why I don't too pick teams. But what I find, in all honesty, is as the series go on, I start to lean towards somebody. So Giannis is my guy, right? Yeah. But this past finals, I ended up leaning towards Golden State because Steph and everything that he's done.
We connect because
yeah.
Here I am thinking like I'm going to ask you what size you are and I'm going to send you a Golden State jersey. But yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, what size are you?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's a medium.
We'll work on it.
Yeah,
Curry's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, good.
Absolutely.
We have a deal.
Yeah,
so I'm happy that we connect on that. So I absolutely love basketball, man. My love for basketball started in high school. I had my close friends who were part of the basketball team. So of course it was back in the days where you had the San Antonio Spurs who were on top of the game. Yes, you would have the Magic Johnson fans, etc. So it started right back there. But then I have this great affinity for Kobe Bryant.
Oh, really?
And what he stands for.
The Mamba himself.
The Black Mamba. He has such a strong had. Still can't believe he's not around.
Yeah.
But he has such a strong mentality. When I started my affinity for him, and when I looked closer at his, why is it that I really admire his work ethic, how he approached the game? Started to do my research.
He's a maniac.
Yeah, he's a good maniac. Yeah, it works. And
it definitely works.
It works. And when you apply his principles, the 5 tenets of Mamba mentality to any aspect in your life, you are bound to do phenomenally well. When you talk about passion and perseverance, Kobe was able to use a bad situation, create this pseudo of Black Mamba, took the attention of the name, his persona, Kobe Bryant, focused it on this Black Mamba, and then he changed his work ethic completely. I absolutely will forever admire his work ethic, and there are tenets of that even though I tried to implement it in my life, personal and professionally, I failed along the way. We're not perfect, not Jesus at all. Never professed to be, but at the same point in time, it would have brought me successes along the way.
So it's funny. So fun fact about Kobe, I think I'm right on this. To this day, Kobe has beaten more 50-win teams on his way to the playoffs than LeBron.
Yeah.
And I mean, LeBron has played in the NBA for 84 years.
Yeah.
Right?
84 though.
That's why you're going into what, season 19 or some crazy thing.
But LeBron is pretty good too.
No, LeBron is an impressive
pretty gifted,
guy.
Pretty gifted guy. But Kobe is my guy forever.
Yeah, no, and nobody gonna argue with that. Kobe was great. But so one of the things, like, I mean, because I looked at it too. You know what's weird? You know that I was watching a Kobe interview the day he died.
What?
Yeah, I just finished watching him on something like this, right? He was speaking on stage, right? And what did he say? Failure doesn't exist, or some crazy thing like that. And I got the news after. So it was a rough day for me.
Yeah,
rough day, because we all grew up with Kobe.
Yes, with Kobe.
And so, but Kobe had this thing where he would put in extra hours, right?
Even after winning a game.
After winning the game, before winning the game. I mean, and I remember he said, like, you wake up, whether it was 2 or 3 hours before or whatever, but he was saying after, like, consistently putting in that time for 5 years, 6 years, your competition, no matter how hard they
will never catch up.
They'll never catch up, right? And just me thinking, right? Because I've seen the Cornerstone acquisition, right? And I've seen the approach that these guys make, right? And I remember in our last APO, I was just trying to tell people that, listen, because people are like, what are you doing with the money, and I'm saying, guys, one of the things we're trying to do with Barita, because we saw the inflationary environment coming up, and we wanted to make Barita a safe harbor for capital, right? So 2 things. One, on a defensive side, I was talking about it with Dane on a prior podcast, our capital ratios are higher by far, right, than the industry and our general peers, right? But then on the offensive side, there's a lot of real estate investment going on, right? And these guys been working on it since the acquisition. They've been working steady, going for it. And we feel like real estate is it's one aspect of the strategy, but it's a safe haven for capital in an inflationary environment that we saw coming, right? Now, I don't know if you saw a real estate fund this morning, right? When they posted it, but good luck trying to catch up with that now, right? I mean, solid triple-digit returns, right? So you said Kobe, and I just thought about it. I'm like, these guys have been working steady. Extra hours, steady. You come to see the team, you talk about the team, Paul leaving here 11 p.m, Roman, Jason, they're there, right? Putting in that work. And then now, because everybody kind of woke up to it, but we've been here seeing these guys in the gym, right? So yeah, I mean,
I guess it's fair to say. I guess it's fair to say that Barita embodies everything of the Mamba mentalities. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that since you've been here, by the way.
Yes. I came here and I had this crazy idea to bring the sales team together. It was mid-year for them to just recoup. Let's talk about where we are. Let's just find something to help them be motivated.
Yeah.
You know how sales can be. Like some days you're on top of your game, and another day you just feel like let me not even say a storm. Let me not even say a battered woman, but a storm-ridden woman or something of this, storm battered woman or something of the sort. Let's call it that. Yeah. Sales is like that. But what is critical, if we pull on any one of those tenets from the Mamba mentality, is that you have to be consistent. No matter what, even when the no's come along, the not yet, I'm not interested, I'm not taking your call, I don't respond to your email, I'm tired of this advisor calling me continuously, is to never give up. Persistence is key. And that is what we have here. Like, is always trying to find another route when a roadblock presents itself, or jumping over that hurdle if we want to stay along the talking about sports. And it's World Championships time now, right? Yeah.
We're going for it.
Yes.
You like track and field too?
I do like tracks. Well,
you're in the right country.
I am the sprint factor, right?
Yeah, I don't know that there's another track culture, pound for pound, like what we have here.
Nothing like us.
But I wanted to, can I put you on the spot and say, tell me the tenets of Mamba mentality, like share it with
there are 5.
Yeah.
There is perseverance, there's passion, there is consistency. 2 others that I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think 3 out of 5 is a pass.
Yeah, no, well, you're definitely doing better than me. But I mean, so Mamba Sancia, I think I can christen you that. But so I mean, when we spoke about teamwork and so is the collaborative, so I hear you talking to the team about parenting, right? It's holistic, it's collaborative. Is it the same approach with engaging with our clients in terms of, all right, we're going on a journey, right? And we have a goal, right? But we are interested in the whole person, and we're taking this goal together. We're taking this journey together.
The whole is important. So mind you, the group doesn't consist of all the areas that when we talk about estate planning, where we can pull on, say it's critical that we partner with other experts in the industry. So when we sit with a client, it's a wholesome discussion. And for me, when I speak with clients and clients say, okay, fine, tell me which stocks I need to buy. No, that's not where we're going to start. We're going to start with, what are your financial goals? What are you trying to achieve? When do you want to achieve this by? What's the level of risk that you can take? Are you okay with the value changing significantly in a day or a week? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your family. Are there any health challenges that we need to consider when we're building out the plan? All of those are critical discussions that we need to have. So one of the things that I'm focusing on too is how it is that when we speak with families, we're able to have wholesome discussion. We're talking about everything that completes your financial plan. We want to make sure that if it's a trust, we want to make sure that taxes are up to date. We want to make sure that you have a will in place. One of the big challenges that I've noticed since my blank number years in the industry is that oftentimes we are scared to talk about putting a will in place. We don't want to accept that at some point in our life, we're going to die. We live to die.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah, we live to die. So if that is the case, if we have assets, who do we want these assets to go to? Yeah, we just have this negative thing that we're saying, okay, fine, we started to talk about the will and everybody gets scared. It's a discussion I have openly at home, and I include my son in it as well. And that's the next part of it. Oftentimes, we keep the discussions to probably just a partner, and it's not a family discussion. Everybody needs to be part of this so they know. It also helps in building the financial literacy of the kids, because remember, when we look in the curriculum, there's nothing that teaches them how to budget as something as simple as budgeting. There's nothing in the curriculum that addresses that, and something that is very passionate to me as well is that. So having the discussion about the will, talking about taxation, if it is it that you want to have a trust in place, talking about insurance. In talking about insurance, it's critical that you look at are there any health challenges that usually plague your family? We just have to accept it. It doesn't mean that it's going to come, because the purpose of an insurance plan is to make sure that if something happens, this is in place. Yeah. We don't know if it will enough. It's just an eventual. We hope it doesn't, but just in case it does, let's make sure that we put something in place. So it is critical. And I realize that we tend to shy away from it. In discussions I've had in the past, I usually love sharing a personal experience where I still have to date insurance policy that I pay $973.33 monthly.
Jamaican.
Yes. Okay. That's my very first insurance policy. So it pays that it works out for you if you actually take the insurance when you're younger. Because of course, how insurance works is the older you get, the higher it becomes, right? Because you increase your risk as well. Yeah. So important that we have those discussions and we look at that. And that is what we want to do at Barita. That when you come and you sit with us, and not to give away too much, have something up our sleeve that we're going to be unleashing pretty soon. So I'm sure persons will see that across our pages to come. But yeah, that's what we're working on.
All right. I mean, listening to what you said. So imagine you walk into Barita one day and you just see me. I'm looking for a lawn. I'm looking just out of it. And you ask me what happened. And I'm like, Sancia, I am terrified of the sun coming up tomorrow. I mean, it's fear that doesn't make any sense, right? Because it's you're guaranteed, right? That's what's going to happen in the morning. So because death is part of life, right? Let's do the will. And the truth is, the will does not kill you. Making the will doesn't bring forth any death. So I like their approach. And the insurance story is great.
Yeah,
it's great too.
It is. My son actually, when we had the discussion, my son was like, let me just tell you what I'd like. I would like, no, he's the only child now, guys, right? I would like all your art pieces, and you have some pearls, which I noticed that you haven't really worn. I want those as well. I said, what, to give your wife?
To which he says,
it's like, oh, Mom. And then he checks, will is finalized? Then he checks, Mom, did you note my art pieces, that I need art pieces? Did you? I said, yes, I did. So what now happens is that whenever I'm acquiring any new pieces, I involve him in the process, because they're going to be his.
Ultimately, right?
Yeah.
So you're into art?
I like art pieces. Boy, they can be pretty pricey though. Yeah, but I really do like art.
And in some instances, not a bad investment, eh?
No. Not at all.
So okay.
So you can rest assured that when you come to my house, you'll see a painting of an elephant, you'll see a painting of a tiger. You are going to see those two paintings.
All right. No, definitely very interesting talking to you. So all right, so we're having kind of had some time to settle in and gotten to know the team. Like, what's the message that you want to give to the marketplace as we speak right now about Barita, about your team, about what you're about, or even something that you think maybe they don't know that they should?
Obviously I absolutely don't like talking about myself, so I'll not answer that one. I think I've already given away too much. But the team though, I work with a talented bunch of people. For me, I have discussions like this with them, and I set aside time for them to invest in them and their development. Clients can be rest assured that when they interact with our team as well, that time that we spend with them is to work on their financial goals and how it is that Barita can support them. That relationship, that support, that knowing that if I pick up the phone at any point in time, you can call and get us. And if you don't get us, chances are we're in another meeting with a client, but we do have supports in place that, if it's something urgent, you can reach out to that support. But then in the age of technology, they can also send us a message. Shoot us a message and we'll respond. So clients can be rest assured that we are here to support them. We are experts, bar none, in the industry. We know what we're about. We have great foresight. We have a talented team, not only on the wealth management side, but when we look at our research teams or asset management, treasury, collectively, we come with our own individual strengths that we have leveraged. Something that Paul has always talked about is that if you're the brightest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Yeah, something that he has always said. And of course, when I heard him mention that in a meeting with me, I was like,
Interesting.
So I like that perspective. That probably explains why I'm here, because I'm not the brightest one in the room.
Personality definitely shines bright in Sancia, I must tell you.
It does. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, so I guess with the anxiety that's around, I'm sure you guys tell the clients that Barita have been around since 1977, right?
45 years this year. Who would have known that 45 years ago, starting a firm as this, being led by a female, is phenomenal. There's nothing that we can discredit. In a industry that is mostly run by men. I mean, we'll look at I'm privileged to be at the point where I'm at now, which means that females are breaking barriers. So for Rita Humphreys-Lewin to have set that stage for us
in 77, which is a very different time, right?
Very different time.
To the 80s.
It is phenomenal. It is phenomenal, and I'm happy to be associated with the brand for that legacy that she would have left with us.
I've seen a lot, been through a lot. Take you through it, right?
Yes.
But speaking of that, can you talk a little bit about how you've seen the industry evolve over the years? What's different now from, maybe 10 years before or whatever?
Well, in my 6 months in the industry, right? The industry has changed.
Over your blank years.
Yeah, my blank years. Industry has changed a whole lot. I believe I was having a discussion with a team member just before this morning, and we were talking about back in 2008, my son would have been 1, and there was for example, the debt exchange, the first debt exchange at that time. And I remember being in the office on the weekends with him, and there was one specific weekend that he was running a fever, but I had to come to work. I had to connect with clients because I believe it's poor service when everything is crumbling around you. You manage monies and you hide away from clients. I believe it's best when you sit, have the frank discussions, put the facts on the table. I think clients are more receptive to that. So even though I had a family situation, I packed my son's bags, cooked food, came to the office, make sure that I was monitoring his temperature. I remember at one point in time, he was in the office with my general manager, and when I went to get him, he was like, "No, it's fine. You go do what you have to do, hon. It's fine. We're fine around here." So I always say to people that, he is really a part of that family that I started with many moons ago. But the industry has changed significantly from many fronts. I focus on the client perspective though. I find that clients have gotten, you hear me talk about financial literacy and how close that is to me. I find that clients have really used technology to really get more involved. Now, what I'll caution clients though, not everybody out there is licensed to give this advice, so be careful who you take the information from. But it is still enlightening that the investors have gotten a little bit more informed. They're kind of used to the lingo that is used in the industry. So I'm happy to see that we've gotten to that stage. There is still a far way for us to go because there is this gap that exists, and I hope that at some point in time the ministry makes it mandatory, the Ministry of Education makes it mandatory that there is a subject that focuses on simple things as budgeting. One of the things that I have done with my son when he was younger is with going to the supermarket. Now I have friends who said, I will never take my son to my child to the supermarket. No, you're coming with me, and I have my list, and we're not buying anything that's not on the list.
Oh, wow.
And we're checking the prices, and we're checking the weight, and we're looking at the unit price and all of that. My son loves food, but
I'm sure he does.
he loves food, but he does love grapes. And of course, when it's not in its season, it's more pricey. And I remember clearly one day I had to.
Regardless.
Yeah, well, that's true. So of course, no grapes are coming home. I remember one day though, we were in the supermarket and he wanted the grapes, and I said, hey, this is the unit price. This is the total cost based on this weight. I don't think it's in my budget.
That's what he said?
That's what I said. I said, I don't believe it's in my budget. I can't afford it, not at this price point. What we can do is to look at alternatives. And he says, but mom, I love grapes. I said, yes, honey, I know you do love grapes. But at the same point in time, there's only one income here, and we have to manage it. We have all other expenses that we need to think about. And I moved over and I started to look at other fruits. Bang for the buck, of course. And he opened up to it and stuff. And I remember a young lady came over to me. She said, how did you do that? My child would be having a fit. He'll be on the ground. I said, no, lady, I don't play that way. But I said, it's a discussion you need to have. It comes over time. It comes over time.
Mamba don't play that.
No, Mamba don't play at all.
No, we're not getting on like that.
No. So financial literacy is critical. It's critical, and I'm happy to see that, as I said, there would have been some improvements. My word of caution again is for persons to be careful who they take the information from. And when you take the information, make sure you understand and appreciate it. So it's not we're all coming to say, oh, you need to buy some Barita shares. Question is why? Why should I buy Barita shares?
Because it's been the best investment over the last 10 years. So you didn't need another investment. That's why you should have bought it, Sancia. You buy it at $2, it's at $89.
It is at $89, remarkable improvement. And I mean, the bottom line speaks wonders. But yeah, it's critical that people know why they invest in what they invest in.
Absolutely. All right, so tell me, would you trade Steph Curry for LeBron James?
No.
Really?
No.
Straight up?
No.
Some people say he's the GOAT.
No. Yeah.
He's taller. He's stronger, better defender. Scores just as much, if not more. He's clearly immortal. He's been playing forever.
I take all of that.
So why not?
Because Steph understands that it's a game that includes others. It's a team sport. It's not an individual sport. And Steph doesn't take all the glory. He doesn't take all the shine. Not taken away from LeBron. I love him. He's accomplished a whole lot.
Absolutely.
But I believe how Steph Curry goes about in executing, and opportunities are there where he could take the shot and he'll pass it to somebody else. I admire that. And of course, by now you should see that I'm big on team. I am big on team. Once you have the right team and people understand where they're going, it's easy to say, yes, I'm a part of this, I'm committed to this, and that is what the Golden State Warriors does for me.
So I kind of cracked the door, you busted right through.
Yeah, man, you come blazing, remember Mamba.
Yeah, and I mean, just like we were talking before, I tell my friends, I said, Drew Holiday is not the best point guard in the league, but he is the best in that Milwaukee system, so I wouldn't trade him for anybody, right? So I guess we're aligned.
Yes, we are.
It's amazing what a good team working in
the system can do and what they can bring forward. Yes,
the synergy give you more bang for the buck.
That's right. That is right. You show up one day and you may be down. You maybe have had, you just girlfriend probably just break up with you,
Yeah,
right?
that's rough.
Yeah, that rough. That mash up anybody's head, right? Send a man to the bar, probably.
So what?
It will send you to the bar,
Worse
probably.
than?
No, I'm just
Worse
trying
than.
to be. But you show up
Yeah.
and you don't want to bring that on your colleagues, right? But you enter a room, and because of everything that energy that exists, you forget about that girl, even if it's just for a few hours.
Yeah.
Because people are there that supports you, and you're committed to this, and even if you wanted to talk to somebody about it, you feel confident that you can speak about it, and it won't be replicated or spoken of elsewhere. That is critical, that energy, that cohesiveness, that collaborative environment. If you have the right team, you have the very best company. The team is what makes the company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, Sancia, it has been wonderful. I'm very happy to have you as part of our team.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank you so much, though.
Take
It
care.
was my pleasure.
Great. Great.
Right.
I'm happy. All right. Thank you.
You've just listened to an episode of the Barita Podcast. The Barita Podcast is available on all Barita's social media platforms. If you would like to invest with Barita Investments Limited, visit our website at barita.com or contact us at 876-926-2681 to get started.